Hey guys, it's Julian here once again, and I want to talk about a beautiful Japanese saying that I just heard about.
月は綺麗ですね。
This saying was once translated to say, the moon is beautiful, isn't it? Which in Japanese, this doesn't actually translate properly. It's actually supposed to mean, I love you, which I think is a beautiful comparison because someone translated this to mean the moon is beautiful, isn't it? When it's supposed to say I love you, but that comparison is so beautiful because beauty of the moon is just as beautiful as love. Hey, isn't there an anime called something similar to what you just mentioned? Huh? That's like saying Shakespeare has an anime or something. Not that you would know, but Shakespeare has actually been adapted into multiple different animes, and some of his plays have also been turned into animes, such as Romeo x Juliet, which you should go see. But that's not the point right now. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about the anime based off the saying you just mentioned. You know what? I'll add that to my bucket list, but I think you might be right about this saying having an anime, so how about we review that one today? So, aside from this anime's poetic name, this anime follows a middle school romance. Now, come on, it's a middle school romance. It can't last, right? Like, it's impossible. You still got high school, university, even a workplace to find your soulmate, right? But that all gets challenged by our main protagonist, Azumi and Mizuno, who decide to give love a try when they themselves don't quite understand what love is. The series follows these two as they explore and understand what love really is, and you can't help but feel, is this all being chalked up to just young love and they're gonna end up breaking up, or do we actually really want to see these two stay together forever? The series does a phenomenal job with the themes of love and jealousy and how these themes affect the characters going forward. The series is a phenomenal coming-of-age story that can show us that even kids sometimes fight for the people that they love, which is quite sweet in my opinion. To me, this anime didn't seem very special at first. I mean, aside from its watercolor art style to help boost its beauty, I didn't expect this was going to be a great ending. I thought they were going to end it very open because it is in middle school, but I was pleasantly surprised that we did get an epilogue in the form of the end credits. In these end credits, we got to see text message exchanges between the two of them, and it's not just all sunshine and roses. We actually get to see them go through a bunch of different life stages and the terms and fights that they end up having. It was a pleasant surprise, and to me, without this important component, it would have become a lackluster anime. That isn't to say though that the story within the anime isn't good as well. We do get to see a lot of coming of age and a lot of themes throughout, as said earlier. These themes are phenomenal and very important to tackle, and I think they did a great job showing how each character dealt with these scenarios. I mean, come on, they all had other characters that were falling in love for them, having crushes and stuff, and it's just a good job in showing how these people would deal with these, right? It felt very down to earth, very grounded in reality, and not in that makeshift anime kind of style and over the top. They handled it like almost reality itself would, which I think really puts it over the edge as a really great anime to watch. And especially for this month being the theme of love, definitely watch it with your significant other. All right, on to the very important segment, to me at least, Romance Corner. Let's take a look at this couple. Azumi and Mizuno, like I said, are a middle school couple, so I wasn't expecting a lot out of them, and as they do get into a relationship, it seemed very awkward at first. They weren't quite sure what that meant. Do I even have feelings for one another? It felt very unstable, but as the series progressed, it became very clear that love wasn't just an emotion you felt, but it was a choice that you made. And I think they showed that off really well and showed that when you decide to choose love, a lot of things come into contact and come into play. Azumi fights tooth and nail to try and get into the same school as Mizuno because she's moving away, and that shows such huge dedication for someone that he loves to want to still be with them. And even though they quite can't go to the same school, they still try to make it work. I can't say that a lot about many couples that I've seen in real life, but it really is something that I'd like to strive for in my own relationships, that no matter the distance, no matter how far, love will still conquer as long as you decide to choose it. And I can't believe I'm saying that, but I believe this story can really teach you a lot about what it really means to be in love. All right, with my favorite segment, the 3 reasons why you should be watching this anime. Number 1, this is a middle school romance. Now, a lot of the animes that I've watched up until now have mostly been high school romances, and a few actually college ones. I know those reviews haven't been quite put up yet on the channel. They're coming, don't worry. But a lot of love stories don't focus around middle school because it's seen as you're rather way too young at that point and it's not meant to last. But this anime has challenged that very idea, and I think they did a phenomenal job with that. It was so compelling and so passionate that you really just hope that they did actually stay together forever. Number 2, obviously I always talk about the artwork, but I believe the watercolor animation for this series really ties it together. And I know I've been saying that a lot about a lot of different series, but animation is a huge key part of every given story, and the watercolor again adds to the nice simplicity and childlike atmosphere that this anime is portraying. I think it does a great job in that, and it really brings a new level of warmth and comfort in the love that they share together. Overall, I think it was a really cool effect. And number 3, which is ultimately to me the very important thing about this one, it was a complete story. Even though the main anime actually only spans their middle school life, which arguably is the more important part of their relationship, I was very happy to see that end credit scene where it just showed the rest of their relationship ultimately ending with a future picture of their family. I know a little bit of a spoiler there. You have to go see that for yourself. But it was a very nice touch that I always expected out of romance animes. I always wanted to see how the couple progresses past what the main story is willing to tell us, and see, do they ultimately end up together? How do they look when they've grown up? How do they grow together? Did they start a family? Those are all questions that I have all the time, and this series addressed all of them, making it feel like a complete story altogether, which to me is a very important aspect of an anime. It is so super cute and adorable. I am so happy they did this. This was the make it or break it point for me in this anime, and they delivered big time. I definitely learned a lot from this anime in terms of what it means to be in love and how to love somebody. I also learned that it can't hurt to be a bit poetic in a relationship either. Might just sweep her off her feet. Maybe that's what I was missing in my relationship. I wasn't poetic enough. Yeah, that's why your past relationships failed. You weren't poetic enough. And that's why you're single now. You need to bask in the beauty of poetry. That will definitely woo the ladies. There's nothing else wrong with you, right? Hey, no, I do not need your comments on my past relationships, please. Thank you very much. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next review. Take care now.